Have you ever picked up a guitar and just went, this is ridiculous? I have. And lately, they've been built by Epiphone.
Guitar Stuff with John!
Welcome to another edition of Guitar Stuff with John. Over the last 2 years, I have done reviews. Matter of fact, one of the most popular reviews on the channel is the one about the inspired by Gibson Epiphone guitars that have been coming out. They make a J45 Dreadnought, cutaway and non-cutaway. They do a Hummingbird. They do a 12-string versions of these. They do, what's the other one? The J200. They're all $1,000 or $1,200 if you're in Canada. And it leaves you speechless. It leaves you speechless. If you go back and watch those other videos, you'll see that like the history of Epiphone is incredible. And in the early days when they were first acquired by Gibson, they were still building guitars that were incredible. They were not just a competition for Gibson, they were a step above Gibson's at the time. And Gibson acquired them because they wanted an affordable, a working man's Gibson. And that's what Epiphone became. But all through that time frame, right up until today, they keep putting out guitars that just blow your face off. And I'm going to show you one right now that you may never have even heard of. I didn't know anything about it. I only found out about this instrument because I was researching Epiphone so hard, trying to get a grip, trying, frankly, to get my head around how Gibson can allow this to happen. Because I'm telling you, some of these guitars are, I would just much rather play them than their Gibson, cousins. They're just beautiful. And I'm going to show you one right now that is going to blow your face right off. I bought this guitar and just, I marvel at it. I'm going to show it to you right now. It is called the Epiphone Excellente. Now, this guitar, the guitar that this is based on, this is a master-built Epiphone it's built overseas, of course, where the other inspired by Gibson guitars are built. But it's designed by Epiphone in Nashville, Tennessee. This is the rarest Epiphone ever made. There was only 139 of them built between 1961 and 1970, this is when Epiphone first went to work with Gibson, 1959, 60, 61. And they built this guitar specifically for Loretta Lynn. And it was, at that time, all built by hand, all solid, it was a custom-made instrument. And there was only 139 of them made. So this is today's reimagining of that guitar from 50 years ago, 53 years ago, more, almost 60 years. And Epiphone has absolutely killed this, how good this guitar is. So, first of all, I just want to let you hear it. And then we're going to talk about how crazy this is for this money. So this is the Epiphone Excellente. I mean, just get out of town. telling you right now, I mean, there's no doing this guitar justice, even with this Aston Origin mic and you hearing it through your phone or your computer. This guitar in the room sounds like the best vintage dreadnought I've ever played in my entire life. This guitar sounds like that. It's so playable, and the neck is flawless. Everything about this guitar is flawless. Everything, except one thing. Epiphone has made the same. Whatever the mistake they make, they've made the same mistake with pickguards as Gibson does. It could be because these pickguards are so heavy and thick that the adhesive doesn't work well, but that's the only drawback of this guitar, is that the pickguard is starting to come up right in there, just slightly, and you can push it back down and it stays. But when I bought the guitar, the Epiphone people here in Canada said, if we're going to send another pickguard, in case that one comes off, it's free. Here you go. So that's great, right? But damn, unbelievable. This thing is unbelievable, and here's why. It has a toned Sitka spruce top. Double or triple A, I think. It's a very high quality piece of spruce. It has ebony fingerboard, ebony bridge, I think. Yes. The fingerboard itself, and we're going to take a close look at it, is purfled, right? Here's where things get really nuts. And I put a K&K in this, of course, by the way. The back of this guitar and sides, look at that, are solid Ovenkal. Like, this is one of the nicest guitar woods that you can possibly put in a guitar, is Ovenkal. It's gorgeous. It's a combination almost of Cocobolo and Brazilian rosewood. It is just gorgeous. Amazing and solid. This is all solid, this guitar. It has a 7-piece neck. And those aren't painted on. There's 7 pieces of maple, and I believe the interim wood is more Ovenkal or mahogany. You can't really tell, but they don't tell you. But it's truly 7 pieces. It's built out of 7 pieces. It's completely, everything's all bound. It has this immense headstock with this huge piece of mother of pearl in the just like the original guitar, and it has premium gold-plated antique Gibson tuners. Those are the real deal. They're not fake. It's the real thing. Now this guitar, here's where things get nuts. This guitar is built out of the most premium materials and sounds as good as anything I have ever played. It costs $1,300 bucks. What? What the hell? What? $1,300 for this. It's a masterpiece. It's a frickin' masterpiece. And when you put, I keep saying this, and I hate to say it, but you put this up against a Gibson that costs $5,000-$6,000 here in Canada, there's no comparison. There is none. I just don't get it. I continue to be blown away by what Epiphone is doing in the last 2 years with their acoustic guitars. And it's incredible. It's incredible what they're doing and what they're making available to guitar players. Like, I've been inside and out of this guitar. It's flawless. The only problem is the pickguard, and that is a normal Gibson problem. Other than that, there's just you just can't beat this. You just can't beat it. We pulled a I believe there was a Fishman in it, but we pulled that out and put the K&K in this thing. It's just so good. It's so good. Let's take a close look at this, because you just won't believe the build quality of this guitar. So here we're going to take a close look at this guitar. Now I'm telling you, it's it's absolutely frightening, the kind of work that went into this. So you can see in different places how they cut some corners, but it's not deal breakers, right? But look at That's inlaid mother of pearl. This is 3 pieces of it, right? You can see the seams where they cut out the square blank and then inlaid it against the little cloudy, puffy cloud parts. But this is all real stuff. This is beautiful, well finished. The head plate, the laminate, the veneer on the headstock is really high quality, beautiful stuff. The gold, authentic gold Gibson machine heads. The nut and saddle are Tusk. It's a 1 3/4 inch nut, if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't feel like the narrow one. And look at the purfling on the edges of the fingerboard. Like, that is just gorgeous. And these huge puffy cloud fret markers that go all the way down, nickel frets. The neck is dressed immaculately. And then we start to get down to this body, which is just another work of art. So we have this beautiful binding all the way down the neck. And then this gorgeous 3+ Sitka spruce top with a toner on it. Ebony bridge, really unique design. Look at that. Don't see that very often. And then this incredible pickguard, which unfortunately is coming up in a couple places, but I think that we can fix it. This looks like an eagle about to land on that little branch there. And you can see the colors. The colors are kind of green and pink and pinky orangey kind of thing there. And you got the pine cones and the branches there. And it's just gorgeous. Now, this is where, and here's our sticker, in case you want to see it. There you go, FT120, Masterbuilt Excellente, Nashville, Tennessee, guaranteed, void if numbers defaced. Like, that's a standard, and you can see the grain of the oven call inside the guitar there. Now look at the sides and back of this guitar. This is some of the nicest wood that I've seen. And the other thing I love about this guitar is it's got that weird, partially satin finish that Epiphone has been putting on all these inspired by Gibson guitars. Look at the grain in this wood. I'm trying to get a good shot of it. There we go. Look at that. That, my friends, is solid oven call. This back is one piece solid oven call. Solid oven call sides. And this is a gorgeous, gorgeous piece of wood. I mean, it looks almost like Brazilian rosewood. It's just beautiful. And this very nice cap in the heel, ready to go with a strap button, and the 7-piece neck, which is maple and I think mahogany strippage. We're going to put it back down here and go up the back. Look at this. Look at this thing. It's just crazy. And this neck is just, the profile is beautiful. And there's those gorgeous old style kind of Kluson tuners, gold plated. Unreal. Unbelievable. For this kind of money, I mean, you're looking at a guitar that should cost, this guitar should cost $5,000. With that much work and solid wood in it, and sounding the way that it does, it should cost $5,000. It costs $1,300. And probably less in the States, less by 27%. That's Canadian funds, cost $1,300. And so there you go. There it is. The Epiphone Excellente. Yet one more guitar from this company. And, damn. You hardly know what to say. You hardly know what to say. But they're doing it right. Way to go, Epiphone. There you go. Proof's in the pudding. I'll tell you what, if you can find one of these things, and if you like the bling, I love the bling, right? If you can find one of these guitars, man, buy it. Don't even hesitate. I mean, I bought this sight unseen. It was at my local Long and McQuaid, our chain store here in Canada. It was in another province. I said, get that thing shipped here. I'm buying it. I'm buying it. And as I suspected that this model, which is based on the rarest Epiphone ever built, the rarest acoustic Epiphone ever built, I knew they weren't going to mess around. I knew that this was going to be one hell of a guitar, and by God, it is. And so if you can get one of these things, if you're lucky enough to be able to find one, because I really believe they're going to make this as rare as the original. I don't think there's very many of these have been made. I've never seen one anywhere. I completely lucked into mine. But the Epiphone Excellente. And I think the actual model number is FT120 is what's on the label inside there. And yeah, it's an absolute masterpiece. There's a reason why they're calling these master built. And there you go, boys. There's the Epiphone Excellente. What a tremendous, tremendous piece of work from a great legacy company. I wish to God that I could reach them. I've written to them. They don't answer me. They don't need to. They're a big company, just like Gibson, owned by Gibson. They'll never talk to me. But by God, they killed it with this one and the other ones that I've reviewed on this channel. So if you want a really cool guitar for not a lot of money, something that's going to turn heads like crazy and sound like this, here's your baby. Bob's your uncle. Epiphone's your guitar. I dropped my pick, so it must be time to quit. Love you guys. We'll see you next time. Thanks to Epiphone. Bye.